Haley Welch, the 22-year-old who went viral this summer with her Hawk Tuah TikTok, didn't just become an internet star, she became a household name online. Her funny catchphrases and big personality made her a fan favorite everywhere. But then she made a bold leap, from launching laughs to her own cryptocurrency. You know, at first, it seemed like she had struck digital gold, with her coin being valued at nearly $500 million. But then, it all came crashing down faster than anyone could refresh their wallets. Fans lost money, accusations started flying, and just like that, the narrative shifted from beloved internet icon to potential crypto scammer. But here's the real question. Was this the biggest misstep of an influencer in over their head? Or was it something far more calculated? Let's unravel this wild ride one twist at a time. Welcome to Pop Culture Poorhouse, where we pour piping hot culture tea, stir in a shot of lore, and top it off with a frothy dollop of history. Because nothing says modern drama like finding out it's just a remix of ancient chaos. So let's talk about Haley Welch, or as the internet knows her, Hawk Tuah, the viral meme queen who decided to take her fame from laughs to ledger, launching her own cryptocurrency, Hawk Tuah coin. For a moment, it looked like she struck digital gold. When her cryptocurrency was first released, the total value of all the coins combined quickly reached an almost astounding amount at nearly $490 million. Basically, people got so excited that they started buying the coins like crazy, and just like that, the entire thing was worth nearly $500 million. It's like the whole world jumped at once. But here's where things get wild. Minutes later, the coin nosedived to 60 million. Talk about crashing harder than my fitness goals every January. Fans who jumped on the bandwagon thinking they hit the jackpot were left clutching their wallets and probably Googling how to get my money back from crypto. So here's the thing. Meme coins are meant to be all about fun, right? Like Dogecoin, it's all about the good vibes, no big promises. But Hawk Tuah coin? It turned into a financial disaster for a lot of folks. They invested because they adored Haley, but it looks like they got a whole lot of meme and not much of the dream. What makes the story even juicier is how quickly internet fame turned into real-world chaos. Haley went from being a beloved online personality to facing accusations of pulling a crypto rug. And sure, launching a coin sounds glamorous, but when you're dealing with fans' savings, it's a whole different ballgame. To put this into perspective, in the crypto world, we've seen some epic fails. Remember Squid Game coin? It was another scam that vanished, taking $3 million with it. Now, whether Haley was in over her head or intentionally steering the ship into the iceberg is the big debate. Was it naivety, or did she cash in on her fans' trust? Either way, it was a tough pill to swallow for those who believed in her and her coin. So remember earlier I mentioned a rug pull, and what is it and why you should care? Well, let's say it's kind of like hyping up a party, getting everyone to show up, and then sneaking out with all the snacks and drinks. Creators hype their tokens, sell everything, and leave investors high and dry. Now, let's tie this to Hawk Tuah coin. Remember that wild ride of a launch? Fans who believed in Haley poured their money in, convinced it was the next big thing. Here's where it gets messy. Haley allegedly handed out free crypto coins to her friends, and instead of holding on to them, they cashed out during the peak frenzy, walking away with stacks of cash. Meanwhile, the coin's value nosedived from $490 million to just $60 million. Accusations started flying, with investors claiming the team dumped their tokens and left everyone else holding the bag. This is what makes it sting. It's not only crypto enthusiasts losing money, it's everyday fans who trusted Haley because they loved her content. They weren't pros, they were just regular people thinking, if Haley is into this, it has to be safe. What makes rug pull so sneaky is the hype machine behind them. They often involve flashy marketing, big promises, and creators you feel like you know. It's like a magic show, where the trick isn't revealed until your wallet's empty. So why should you care? Because crypto scams aren't just about losing money. They're about losing trust. And when creators you admire get caught up in these schemes, it just hits different. The takeaway? Always do your homework before investing, and remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But is anyone else getting some serious deja vu with this whole Hawk Tuah coin mess? It's starting to feel a lot like Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo scandal. Remember that? Logan hyped up his crypto project, promising a fun game that was going to make everyone rich. Sounds amazing, right? Fast forward, and fans were left with nothing but broken promises and empty wallets. Sounds familiar? Well, both situations have a striking similar pattern. Influencers using their massive fan base to push risky crypto projects with promises of big returns, only for things to crash and burn. It's almost like they were following the same script. The only difference is the people left holding the bag are usually the fans who trusted them. In both cases, the influencers raked in the money while their followers got wrecked. With CryptoZoo, Logan Paul made millions from early sales, but many fans lost their money when the game never launched properly. Similarly with Hawk Tuah coin, Welch's fans were left watching as the coin's value plummeted while the team allegedly cashed out. And the reality is, they don't seem to face any real consequences. Fans and investors are often left with empty pockets, and for some, it can be life-changing. It's a tough lesson. Always do your research before putting your hard-earned money into anything, especially online. Now, when we talk about crypto scams, Hawk Tuah coin isn't the first, and it probably won't be the last time fans get taken for a ride. Let's take a stroll down memory lane to see just how big this problem really is. First, let's look at Silk Road, one of the most infamous examples of crypto gone wrong. Silk Road was a dark web marketplace where people could buy and sell illegal goods using Bitcoin. Back in 2013, it was shut down by the FBI, and the founder, Ross Ulbricht, got sentenced to life in prison. Silk Road is the reason Bitcoin hit the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Then, we have OneCoin, a crypto scam that makes Hawk Tuah coin look like child's play. OneCoin was an investment opportunity created by Ruja Ignatova, also known as the Crypto Queen. It promised huge returns with the fake coin that was never really a cryptocurrency at all. By the time it collapsed, OneCoin was estimated to have stolen over $4 billion from investors. Sounds like a Hollywood thriller, doesn't it? And don't forget about Mt. Gox. At its peak, Mt. Gox was handling 70% of the world's Bitcoin transactions. But in 2014, it suddenly collapsed, and around 800,000 Bitcoins worth roughly $450 million disappeared right into thin air. Investors were left wondering what happened, and to this day, it remains one of the biggest black eyes in crypto history. Now let's bring it back to present day. Who could forget Sam Bankman-Fried and the FTX scandal? FTX was one of the world's largest crypto exchanges with billions of dollars in assets, but it all came crashing down in 2022 when it was revealed that FTX was using customer funds for risky bets and essentially operating as a Ponzi scheme. Bankman-Fried went from the golden child of crypto to facing serious criminal charges. When you compare all of these scandals to Hawk Tuah coin, it's clear this isn't just the tip of the iceberg. Even though Hawk Tuah coin wasn't on the same scale as OneCoin or Mt. Gox, the basic pattern is the same: hype, manipulation, and ultimately people losing their money. These scams are part of a bigger issue in the crypto world, where sometimes even legitimate projects can crash and burn. It's a bit like playing the lottery, except in this case, the house always wins and the fans are left with the loss. And while some of the scams like FTX were incredibly complex and involved a huge amount of money, others like Hawk Tuah coin relied more on influencer fame and hype to get people to invest. It's the same concept, just a different flavor. But now the rise of influencer-driven crypto schemes have caught the attention of the Securities and Exchange Commission, or as a lot of people would know it, the SEC. They're cracking down on celebrities who use their massive social media followings to hype up coins without fully disclosing they're being paid to promote them. Take Kim Kardashian, for example. In 2022, she was hit with a $1.26 million fine for promoting Ethereum Max on Instagram without telling her followers she was paid close to $250,000 for the post. That's a pretty expensive selfie. But it's not just Kim. Lindsay Lohan also got caught up in crypto promotions with penalties for her involvement in promoting NFTs that were deemed misleading. The SEC is getting serious about these influencer-led crypto pushes, and they're sending a message that just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you can dodge the rules. So where does that leave Hawk Tuah coin? Well, the SEC might be watching more closely than ever. If influencers like Haley Welch aren't careful, they could find themselves in hot water just like Kim or Lindsay. The question is, will Hawk Tuah's fallout push regulators to even stricter action against influencer-backed coins? Given how big these scandals are getting, it's not hard to imagine the SEC stepping in with tougher rules, especially with fans losing money on these hyped up coins. And as these high profile cases pile up, it's only a matter of time before more influencers face the music for their crypto endorsement. Now, the fallout of the Hawk Tuah coin crash wasn't just a bunch of disappointed fans. It was heartbreaking for some. One story that really sticks with me is about a person who invested their children's college fund. They were so caught up in the hype thinking that they were making a smart move, but when the coin tanked, so did their financial safety net. Imagine putting everything you had into something and you thought it was a sure thing, only to watch it vanish. And it's not just one person. There are countless others who lost their life savings, retirement funds, or money they were saving for a rainy day. These weren't investors looking for a quick buck. They were regular people who trusted an influencer. They believed in something that sounded fun, only to realize too late that it was all part of the scam. What's even worse is the emotional toll it takes. People aren't just upset about losing money, they feel betrayed. Many fans looked up to Haley. To see her launch a coin that turned into a nightmare left them feeling like they were duped, not just financially, but emotionally too. These stories remind us that it's not just about the number on a screen, it's about real people facing real consequences. The stakes are high when influencers use their fame to push scams, and it's the fans who end up paying the price. So here's the million-dollar question. Was Haley Welch the villain in this whole mess, or is she just the victim of her own naivety? On one hand, some argue that she should have known better. I mean, she's not a random person on the internet. She's an influencer with millions of followers. She's responsible for the hype that she creates. But on the other hand, maybe she genuinely didn't understand the full scope of what was happening with Hawk Tuah coin. After all, the crypto world is full of chaos, and even experienced investors can get burned. But no matter what, one thing is clear. When you put your name on the face of a project, you've got a responsibility. Whether Haley was scammed herself or not, her fans trusted her. And when that trust is broken, it leaves people wondering if there should be more accountability for influencers in crypto. What do you think? Did she knowingly scam her fans, or was she just caught up in the whirlwind? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you found the story interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.